Takia, and then this is my oldest Allison and my second oldest Savannah.
I don't want to sit back up. No, we'll just chill.
Girls, stop fighting, okay? Savannah, close the door. It's okay. I'm sorry. Allison.
Why you told me this? Because I'm young?
You're smaller.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay, no worries. How you doing, ladies?
I'm
Good.
pretty good.
Okay. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what brings you here? I'm sorry. I'm Dr. Johnson. This is the Family Counseling Center of San Antonio, and I'm one of the family therapists here. I've been talking with your mother, Takia, and she wanted us to all come and talk together. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about why you're here?
Okay, so they're here, as you know, these are my two teenage daughters, my lovely girls. And they, I just want them to be fixed, like
There's nothing wrong with
they're,
Fixed like a
they
dog.
talk over
Fixed like a dog.
me, they're rebellious, like they don't listen. This one smokes, this one's talking to a guy.
It's not a problem, by the way.
It is a problem. I work long hours. Like I don't have time to be dealing with attitudes. I don't have time. Like I need them to help me out.
Before we get started, and I do apologize again, let me just give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer. Everything that you say here today is confidential. We're in a friendly and safe environment, so you guys can feel free to express your feelings. Nothing that you say will be repeated outside of these doors unless you threaten to harm yourself or harm someone else. Then I'm obligated to inform the authorities to get you some help. Other than that, you guys are completely free to express yourselves in this room. And as a rule of order, we're going to let each person talk one at a time. We're going to let Mom go first, and then we'll proceed with the girls. Can we all agree to that?
Yeah.
If you'd like to say something while someone else is talking, if you will just kindly raise your hand and then wait to be acknowledged. That way everybody can get their thought out and we can have a conversation, okay? Okay, go ahead and finish one.
So, these two girls, they recently got in a huge fight at school and they got suspended, and the fight was like for no reason, and I had to ask my boss for the 20th time if I can go to their school and pick them up, and like I just don't get it. Like I work so hard, I don't see why these girls are being so ungrateful. Like a lot of people don't even have houses, and we have a nice house. They each have an iPhone, they have nice clothes, they get their hair done, like I just don't understand why they have to do this to me. Like it's out of spite.
That fight was not for no reason. We were barely getting on the bus to go home, and me and Samantha always go together, and the other girl didn't like us, and that's her fault because her clothes were ratty. It wasn't my fault. And she looked at Savannah funny. I can't just let anyone look at Savannah funny. That's my little sister.
And you felt that you needed to be physical.
Yes. She looked at her funny. That's using her eyes. That's physical enough. And if we let them pick on us just one time, then they're going to keep doing it again. And I was going to let them do that to her again.
And besides, we won, so it's okay.
Yeah. We don't have any physical marks. She good. You good?
They got suspended from school for a week.
Let's just pause and address that for one moment. Do you girls understand that when you are kicked out of school, that places an extra burden on your mother to provide care for you?
I mean, I'm alone with Savannah most of the time anyway, so it was just like a longer weekend.
But that's extra stress, and the authorities will question your mother as to what's going on when things like that happen. So in the moment when someone's looking at you or being rude to you, if you would just kind of keep it in mind, is it worth it? Do I really need to prove my point so much to the point where I'm willing to also put extra stress on Mom by whatever it is that I have to do to prove my point? Because when you get suspended, now Mom has to get called. That's hours away from work, and that's less money coming in, and that's an added stress because someone was looking at your sister funny.
But it was necessary because she used to
Sweetheart,
get
please don't
bullied.
interrupt.
She used to get bullied. You know it was true because at the beginning of the year, a girl put gum in her hair and they made fun of her for it. And they know better than to mess with me. Don't they know better than to mess with your older
I
sister?
know better.
So then now I'm making sure that she can be like me and they know better than to mess with her ever again. Because that's my little sister and she's the only one I got.
And I understand bullying is not acceptable, and you definitely have a right to feel safe at school. I would suggest maybe let's talk about some other ways that we can achieve that goal of safety without the extra stress that some of your current actions are causing. You're absolutely right to want to protect your sister. That's a very, very noble attitude to take. You should be able to look up to your big sister. However, what we don't want is for your actions that you're taking to protect her to cause extra stress on your mom. You don't want to do that because when she can't go to work, then she can't provide for you. Are there older adults at your school? You said that there was a gum in her hair incident around the bus. Are there any adults around the bus area when you guys are there?
Mainly just a bus driver, but she's some old lady. Like, what is she gonna do?
They don't care about us. We take care of our own. That's what we do. And
Every-
nobody's messed with me since we got in a fight, we won. Nobody said anything to me.
I'm glad that that the bullying has stopped, but I do want to make sure that you girls understand that violence is not an acceptable behavior, and we should work together. I would like for us to be able to work together to come up with some different ways that you guys can accomplish the goals. You have very noble goals. The goals of being protected, going to school and not being harassed, that's admirable. That's something that everyone has a right to. However, I don't want you at this age to feel like you have to fight in order to get that. You most definitely have a right to be in school and not harassed just by waking up in the morning. It's not something that you need to fight for. So if someone is coming in the way of that at your school, there are people that you can talk to, people in positions of authority, other adults. I will get in touch with your school counselor to maybe make sure that the authorities know at school, and every school, especially at the public school, there are police officers that will ensure your safety. So I can bring that up to them and help get you some added protection so you don't have to fight at school. Because fighting is not good. Fighting just leads to more stress for mom, it leads to a bad criminal record for you, and it really can affect your future at this point in life. So I'd like for us to just continue to keep in mind what our goals are, but maybe come up with some different behaviors that won't cause these negative ramifications like violence. Is that okay, girls? Does it sound like a plan?
As long as the bullying stops and no one messes with us again.
Okay. All right. I can't make any promises, but I definitely will work with you to try to help, minimize as much as we can. Would that be acceptable?
Is that fine with you?
I guess. For now.
Did I hear you say that there was some smoking or?
Yes, Allison, she's picked up smoking. And I confront her on it, whenever I catch her, and she gives me the response, well, if you do it, why can't I? And I have stressors, my job is just so stressful, and she's a high school student, she ain't got nothing to worry about, so.
This one ain't even a big deal. I don't smoke all the time. I smoke when I'm with my friends. I don't do it around Savannah. At least I do that much. But yeah, if she can do it, why can't I? Isn't she my role model? She's the only person we have in our life right now. So why can't I follow after that?
Well, I think I hear you say that you, on some level, also believe that smoking is not good. You're doing it because you see your mom doing it. However, you don't do it in front of Savannah because there's something in you that has identified smoking as being a bad behavior. So let's just acknowledge that. At your age, legally, you can't smoke because you're not old enough to walk into a convenience store and purchase a pack of cigarettes. Now, if that's something that you decide to do, despite your own feelings, even today as you admitted yourself that you feel it's not a good thing to do in front of someone else that you know looks up to you, if you choose to do that when you're legally old enough, that'll be a grown-up decision that you will make. Now, as far as your mom goes, and for your question as to why you can't do it and she can, well, because legally on paper and just the law, legally she's old enough. That's just the basic why and why not. But even in your own admission, smoking is unhealthy. And do you desire to quit smoking, or is that something that you desire to do?
Yeah, I regret smoking, and I'm addicted, and I can't stop. Like, I need cigarettes, and I care about my girls, and I don't want them to end up like I am. That's why I get so upset when, they get suspended from school, because like, I want them to graduate, I want them to go to college and be successful and not have to work as many hours as myself, I want them to have an easier life. Like, all this is just for them.
I completely understand. Are you interested in smoking cessation classes, or you don't have a problem with your smoking? Smoking is completely legal, and I'm not here to pass judgment on anyone. I used to smoke a long time ago and I quit, so I'm definitely not saying that you're a bad person if you smoke. I just wanted to clarify that the legal reasons why she can and you can't at this point in your life, though, is definitely because you're not old enough. That's just the cut dry why you cannot. And just from what you said, you won't do it in front of her. Why don't you do it in front of Savannah?
Well, because I don't want her to start doing it, because like, I kind of know it's not that okay, but I don't want to stop now. Might as well already doing it. I'm going to be 18 in 2 years.
2 years is a long time, so you have 2 years to think about it. If that's something that you choose to do when you're old enough, then you will be legally clear to do it. But in the meantime, until then, it is definitely wrong to do, and it's actually illegal of you to do. If you are smoking in front of them, maybe you could smoke when they're not around, and that would minimize her being able to see you smoke, and just be able, when you are interacting with the girls, it may be something that you might not want to do around them. Like I said, smoking is completely legal. It's not an illegal thing to do. But if you do see that she's mirroring your actions and she's doing it because she's seeing it, maybe to help her not see it so much, maybe you can smoke when she's not around. I'd just like to express to you guys, maybe cut your mom a little slack. It's not easy being a parent. I'm not taking anyone's side here. It's not easy being a teenager either, especially when you have, so much hurt and unanswered questions around what happened with your mom and dad. But if your mom is working and providing for you, know that does take a lot out of a person. At the same time, what I hear them saying is that they would like to spend more time with you, and that they feel like you may work so much that you don't have any time for them. If you work during the week, how are your weekends? Is there free time maybe on the weekends that you have where you're not working?
Yeah, my weekends are free, but it's just these girls, they act like they hate me, so they usually don't talk to me when I'm home.
Well, how about as an exercise, as a measure, an effort to try to fix this? How about you girls plan to do something together this weekend? You each offer a suggestion and come up with what would be the best activity to do. I think that some quality time would do you girls really, really good. Also, with the extra responsibility that I hear Allison saying that she has with taking care of Savannah, there's a free Boys and Girls Club program at one of the local YMCA's in your area. what it is, it's a program where the girls, they can go after school and socialize with other children. There's also tutoring there if they need to. And they have a lot of activities there for children that are their age. They'll have an opportunity to socialize with other children and while being supervised in a safe environment. If that's something that you're interested in, I can get you some information.
Can I stay with my sister?
You guys are, I don't know what the age range is there, but most likely you guys are close enough in age, you may be in the same group. If not, it's only a couple hours and the children do interact in the gym with basketball and things like that. So you're not going to be separated if that's what you're asking. Yeah. But kind of like, you know, like in school where you're in your class and she's in her class, that's another thing. School's important, girl. You want to focus on school. Your education is very important. With her working the way that she is, imagine how much harder it would be if she missed work and had to make up those days. The free time that she has to spend with you on the weekend, she won't have that anymore because she'll have to make up for when you guys are missing in school. So let's think of it as a team effort. You guys are a team and you got to work together. Okay? All right. I think that it's very awesome that each of you love each other. You guys, that's a lot of good in your family. That shows that you are a very, very strong group of young ladies. You love your mother, and your mother loves you very much. She takes care of you, and the fact that you're here supporting her, that says a lot. So we're going to build on that. We're going to work together and come up with an activity to do this weekend. And then when you girls come back next week, I want to hear all about it. Be open-minded. Let's not argue. Give each other space to talk, express your feelings, and be respectful. When your mom talks, let her speak. Do you guys think that you can do that? Maybe.
I'll try.
You can try? Okay. That's a good start. All right. Well, all right, ladies, I want to thank you very much for coming in today, and I look forward to hearing about your activity next week when I see you. All right.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.